Good morning, everyone. Today I am on my way to my friends Olivia and Cait. They have a photography studio. The work they do there is simply impeccable. They recently just built a loft in the studio, asked me if I wanted to give it a little medieval fantasy makeover. You know my response was, hell yes, my liege. And so that's where I'm heading right now. Let's go. All right. I am very excited because this is something that I've really wanted to get into. I love doing themed and whimsical home decor so much. And what is in my mouth? Wow, that's a long hair. Gross. Really, really excited to have a blank slate. Let's hit the open road. Action. After demonstrating my athletic prowess, we chatted a little bit about what they wanted.
The loft, like the underneath part, we want it to be like kind of cozy and intimate, and I would love to put a couch under here.
Yeah, I mean, it's immediately cozy because you have that roof over your head, so it's like human nature to be like, oh, now I'm in a cave. This is nice.
What is your initial first thoughts?
Like a stone wall.
That's what she said that last night. She was like, what if we did a stone wall?
The foam sheets and just do the stone on that, because that would be super easy install. And a lot of this I think is going to be prefab at my place and then bring it. Oh, good man. Be my spotter. Oh. Oh, I live here now. This is my home. So much room for activities. Hey guys. So there'll be a couch here. So then this whole corner can be a little like dressing area. And so after lengthy chat and going over their inspiration boards, and of course after a very succinct description of what they were thinking.
It's Cozy Tavern meets Victorian Wizard Workshop Castle, Observatory Castle.
We meandered our way to the antique store to see if we could find some stuff to work with. We resisted the temptation of quite a few mysterious artifacts. She's your pickle.
She's a pickle.
It was a success, and we left with some items that we could repurpose into the loft.
Yeah. Eggs.
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 Right then, I am back in the studio. Let's talk design. Yeah, professional posture. Shrimping. Obviously staining all of this wood to be a darker color. Faux stone walls, prefab some stuff here, and then just transport it. I'm going to break up the panels with some faux beams. That way I can stick them together and not worry about having an obvious stone cut in half. For the door, I am going to try to make some wooden panels. I want to lean towards stuff that's not a permanent fixture. Olivia's husband Cam, he is going to create some railings for us, and I think we're going to be able to cut out some cool shapes, but I'll put them kind of basic just for my little drawing here. Some fake foliage just to add a little bit of whimsy in there. The answer to how much fake plants should I add to this is always yes. Add some bunting, medieval castle kind of feel. We are also in the process of getting some marketplace finds. First off is this couch. And then because this is gonna be a photography studio where people can put on the costumes that are provided and the armor, dressing room, which I think is a really, really cute idea. Creating a rail system where you can pull the curtains back and have a nice mirror behind there. So the bottom floor, this is the basic idea. The top floor is a little bit more functional. Flooring is gonna be all rugs. I feel like that's a very medieval thing to do, is just layer rugs upon rugs upon rugs. They have an apothecary cabinet that is going to go up here, which I think just might be my kryptonite. If I was Superman and saving the world and you showed me an aesthetic apothecary cabinet, I'd be done for. Another Facebook Marketplace score in the midst of getting our hands on is this set of these medieval looking chairs. Those are gonna go up here. I swear I've drawn a chair before. Oh, this is rough. Now, in addition to acquiring some of that furniture, eggs. Not quite the vibe. Although this would make my middle school Amanda Show random girl heart very happy.
I like eggs.
I think this has a lot of potential to be really cute. Strip the paint off of this, put their logo on here. Another thing that I've purchased secondhand online was these candle sconces. All right, kids. I feel like that was a lot of words coming out of my mouth, but now it's time to take some action. Are you ready? Let's get started. Burlesque. I understand if you want to unsubscribe. For my first trick, to paint strip this leftover citrus strip for my burlesque. Coat the entire thing. After I'm done with that, I'm gonna go work on the banners. Let's do it. I'd love to offer you some satisfying paint peeling footage, but this was not satisfying in the least. Turns out the shabby chic aesthetic plagues more than just your eyeballs because this was impossible to get off. Eventually I got to a point where it was good enough. But those side pieces are still virtually impossible to get all of that stuff off. So I went ahead and stained it. It came out pretty splotchy, so I did have to keep going in and sanding, staining, sanding some more. And as a final step, I just took some brown paint and kept it pretty translucent and just went over all of the hard to reach spots. Next, I asked the gals what shape out of these options that they liked the best. We landed on this one, mainly because for me it's gonna be the easiest to replicate. I grabbed a yard of this, and then I also grabbed gold trim. We'll see. Nice and simple with fabric glue, but quickly ran out of this trim, so I had to rip it all off and wait for better trim to arrive. Eventually, all 10 were done.
Put that thing away.
The harsh reality of content creation in winter. Today marks the beginning of the bigger projects for this loft. That means I have 5 of them, trying to keep the budget down, obviously. If I need to, maybe I'll run out for one more, but I think this should be fine. Around 5 of them was $115. An entire stone wall for the first floor. Okay, wait, hold on. Oh no. First of all, trim this down because it's too tall. Trace out the pattern of the stones. I believe that I can just Dremel into it. That's the plan. Wish me luck then. I sincerely hope that you enjoy this footage of me battling the flaccid measuring tape. Also, it truly wouldn't be one of my projects if I didn't have copious footage of me trying to find where I just put down my writing utensil. This actually worked splendidly, and it was also oddly satisfying. I felt sort of like a dentist. And this, my friends, is why we protect our lungs. Now, to make this stone texture, I had this idea that if I wrapped a mallet in aluminum foil, it would give it that rock look, which essentially just meant that I had to whack the hell out of it. Which actually worked like a charm, although it was quite tiring. But you could say I developed quite a technique. The work continued, and I did this about 4 more times.
Eventually.
After the walls were all carved, could begin on the beams. I hope you're proud of how much measuring I did for this project. Going in with the Dremel, similar to the rock wall, except now I'm carving in a wood grain detail. I'm telling you, my 4th grade art teacher taught me how to do wood grain, and I have not changed my method ever since. Mrs. Gallant, if you're out there, I appreciate you. Good morrow! Today, we're working on the door. I had to take it a little easy today. I gave myself quite a robust blister on my hand, smacking those wall boards. It kind of was just reaffirming something that I had an inkling about. The fact that I could never live in medieval times.
I'm sorry, sir, I cannot tend the field today. I've got a wound. Just throw me in the pit.
I've got a band-aid with narwhals on it though. All right, because this is a rented space for them, they are not able to paint the door. Kind of presents a fun challenge where I have to think of something kind of renter-friendly, which is not something I tend to do, and I feel like it's a little bit more accessible for people. We could create sort of a facade for the door. This board, which is the dimensions of the door, sculpting it with a Dremel to look like wooden planks. I took a photo while I was playing The Witcher 3 last night, kind of what I'm thinking. It's just a bunch of planks, and then I would love to make that kind of medieval iron applique on top. Either mounting strips or something similar to mount it to the door. It's not heavy, so it should stay on. I mean, it is kind of heavy. It's not that bad.
Let us get to work, my liege.
Trying to make a straight line with a Dremel, I don't think I have ever been so focused. Iron brackets, I just took some black EVA foam that I had, and the first time around I was strictly set on using purely only my eyeballs. But they came out very wonky and very thin, so after staring at what looked like an abnormally long cat paw for probably a little bit too long, I scrapped it and decided to do it again. And it turns out I liked it a lot better the second time. So I softened out some of the edges with the Dremel and then hit it with the heat gun to seal the foam, but also whack it with the mallet to quite literally give it a hammered texture. I made the little rivets out of foam clay, let that sit overnight. Slapped some black paint on there, and there you go. Then it was time to switch gears and add the logo to their sign. Because we're friends, I'm going to let you in on my shame. I guess I didn't really know the difference between transfer paper and tracing paper, so I carefully traced out the whole font, thinking that it would transfer through. It did not, but I made a little imprint, so I did it a little harder and then just used that to paint. Morning, everyone. Today is painting day. And boy, do we have quite a lot of that to do. Woohoo! The first install day is tomorrow, which means that today I would very much like to have all the stone walls painted, hopefully the beams, which is a lot of painting to do. Another goal of mine a lofty, ambitious goal. To not have to go to the hardware store and just use the paint that I have, because I have a lot of white paint and then I have black paint. Mingle the two together. I pray to the gods of laziness. Assist me.
For the second layer, I took a lighter color and just gently brushed over the tops, really making that texture stand out. And then the third layer after that was an even lighter one, really dry brushing it on top.
Take a nap right here. Also, I just gotta show you how adventurous you look right now. Here you are. Who said crafters don't compete in extreme sports? The beams and the door. I'm basically just gonna do one coat of straight brown. Let's go, team. Gotta take you down from there. Uppies. Come on now.
Once again, taking the opportunity to demonstrate my athletic ability. This was actually extremely painful and lasted about 10 seconds.
We are off to the studio for the first install day, the drop off of the goods. It'll be interesting because these are not aerodynamic, so we might float away like Mary Poppins when we start unloading this, but we'll see. They've done quite a few things to the loft since we've last been there. The ladder system is all set up. I think the railings are getting installed. The girls did an amazing job staining all the wood. Should be a good day. Let's go!
Overall, this went so smoothly, aside from some minor trimming that needed to be done because the floors weren't even, which I totally expected. And even though these boards had about as good of posture as I do, we were able to just nail them in.
This is not us. This is
Oh, you guys are so filthy. Scale of 1 to Smeagol right now.
You're about 10 now.
Oh yeah. Demonstration.
Ooh, I cannot tell you how exciting it is to see things start to come together. But that wraps it up for the first install day.
as you saw, a couple days ago was the first install day. I'm going back in a couple days to do the final decorating, painting, whatever else I need to do. I have today and tomorrow to finish some things up. What I do want to do, beams on the second floor, right in the corner there. I might have to get a little creative because I don't think I really have any pieces that are super long. I have this one, but the rest are just about this height. Cut this in half and glue it together. YouTube doesn't work out. I have a career in sign spinning. Let's get to work. All right, while that glue is setting, I wasn't sure if I'd have time for this, but Kate mentioned something about the mirror that they have is great, but they would love it to be a little bit more medieval. We shall zhuzh it up a little. 'Tis not my first rodeo, and by rodeo, I mean turning a mirror into a far more expensive version of itself because I'm a cheap-ass bitch. I made sure to take a picture of the mirror before I left. Mirror. I whipped up a little design of what I'm thinking. I have ordered decorative spires that actually go on fence posts. And for the rest, EVA foam. I don't know, we've got some time to slay. Slay we shall.
To start off this literal cosplay for the mirror, I just started layering bits of foam on top of the board. The gilding paint, I sealed it all with Mod Podge so that it was nice and shiny, and then started painting it gold. To try to match the mirror a little better, I mixed in a little bit of yellow. I don't really know if this was super successful or not, but after adding some brown into the shadows and the little crevices, I felt like it was going to match a little bit better. After all this was done, it was time for...
Art thou ready for the final install day? I have the remainder of all my stuff ready to be brought in, installed. You ready? Let's go. I didn't get the black memo.
I think we complement each other well.
It's like an Oreo.
We're just your little minions, like your recruiting. We're here to help.
What do we need to do?
Tell us what to do.
I have a little Honda door.
Thank you.
Oh, clear mice.
For the door, I started it off with some Velcro strips up top, and I did have to cut a hole for the doorknob to fit through. So adjusted it and then added the strips onto the door from there. Piece of crumb cake. Then started planning out the beams, which included being very, very brave. Because of the built-in clothing rack, we had to readjust a little on where the beams were going to go.
Feels off with them both going the same way.
And then I was able to use the excess of the upstairs beams and put it down here. Time to put the mirror in its cosplay, which was trickier than I thought. It needed quite a lot of support so that it would dry in the right position. But overall, I think it came out really cute. Then it was time to open the cornucopia of ivy that I bought. I'm not kidding, it was a lot.
Oh, you're like Lion King. Aww.
They're actually really comfy though. Like I'm fine. Like my back is like ergonomically supported. Yeah.
Kyle. I need you guys to curl up.
There you go.
We're gonna play lions.
No, but I actually did play lions when I was little.
Oh, I did too.
Oh, absolutely.
In The Lion King, their shoulder bone animations when they walk.
Oh my god.
I walk around my house.
I used to play lions with my dad, so sit on top and like he'd carry me and my brother around the house. Yeah. It's adorable.
I'm really good at going down ladders, guys.
Eggs.
That's it.
Eggs. Perfect. Oh my god, I love it.
So cute.
It's up to you if you want it here.
That's cute. Yeah, it's official.
Yay. Oh my god, it's so cute.
After some final decorating, we are ready for the reveal.
Holy heckin' hell. It's done. Just a quick wrap up on this whole process. I'm so happy and my heart is so full. And I am so happy that I could help them with the loft, and now my hard work, it's there. People that come into their studio, it makes me kind of emotional to think that something I made could give someone a positive experience or a whimsical experience. Yeah, I don't know. Ultimately, this is something I would love to do, is help people theme their spaces and do really whimsical makeovers. You know, I think a healthy dose of escapism, you know, it's always good. And especially during these trying times. It's just really amazing what they're doing, providing an escape for people both in the physical space and also through the photographs. They're gonna make people feel beautiful and fierce and strong. So speaking of that, they announced their new event today, and it's fairy themed. If you want to sign up for that, I'll have all the info down in the description and the booking link. Truly recommend shooting with them. Olivia and Cait are an absolute delight, and they'll make you feel real good. You get to play dress up. So I'm really happy with how everything came out. Went a lot smoother than I thought it was going to. I always kind of leave that margin of disaster when I work on a home renovation project, but the boards went in. The install was so easy. The door actually worked. I don't want to say I wung the door, but I kind of did, and it actually ended up working. The vibes are insane, and it's weird that just some insulation board and paint can transform a space so much. I kept looking at it thinking we were at some theme park or something, which is, you know, if I could decorate my entire house like that, I would. That's it. Not a huge wrap up this time. I'm so happy. Yeah, it was really fun to work with my friends. Also, you can catch behind the scenes of some of me and Olivia's photo shoots over on Patreon. Make sure to let me know if you like this kind of video and this kind of home renovation by leaving a like, I guess. I don't know. I love you whether you're new or old to this channel. If you're new here and you feel like sticking around, feel free to subscribe. I upload every other Friday. And we have fun here. Bye. Oh, you're really far away. Hold on, wait, I'm coming. Doo-doo-doo.
It's a better view of what's going on. You have the shoes! Oh my God, I just noticed. Well, I've been influenced. Maybe next time they pop up, which will probably be today, honestly.
Gotta wait for my tablet to start up. Come on.
Time to work on the door.